Subscribe World Action and Reaction News, warn and press bell button for getting notification of all future updates. Achieving self-reliance in defense production will require a comprehensive roadmap. The Draft Defense Production Policy 2018 put out by the government for public comments sets a target of achieving a turnover of $26 billion in defense production and $5 billion in defense exports by 2025. An additional investment of nearly Rs.70,000 crores, creating employment for nearly 2 to 3 million people, will be made. The draft policy outlines a number of steps to achieve self-reliance in the manufacturing of weapons and defense systems ranging from fighter aircraft and warships to missile, guns, ammunition, and explosives. The strategies mentioned in the document to achieve these goals focus, inter-alia, on boosting R&D, supporting MSMEs and start-ups, establishing testing infrastructure, rationalizing the tax structure, enhancing FDI in defense to 74% through automatic approval route, exploring the prospects of setting up an aeronautical commission on the lines of Atomic Energy Commission and Space Commission, liberalizing the defense offsets policy, and improving the ease of doing business in the defense sector. The past experience shows that achieving self-reliance in defense manufacturing remains an elusive goal. India continues to import 70% of its defense equipment. The Make in India program in defense has yet to take off despite the raising of the FDI limit to 49%. The liberalization of the Defense Procurement Procedure, DPP, in 2016 and the announcement of the Strategic Partnership Policy to identify Indian partners from the private sector in 2017. Some crucial issues have not been addressed in the draft policy. The private sector has been insisting for a long time that an even playing field should be created between the defense public sector undertakings, DPSUs, and the private sector companies, and orders should be given to them on a sustained basis. This important issue has not been addressed in the draft defense production policy. The focus of the draft policy remains on the DPSUs and Ordnance Factories Board, OFB, with private sector playing a secondary role. For instance, the government has not followed on recommendations suggesting corporatization of the OFBs and give them functional autonomy. OFB factories continue to run like a department of the government. Further, last year's landmark policy of strategic partnerships with private sector has remained unimplemented due to various hesitations on the part of the government. The draft policy rightly emphasizes the need to develop indigenously the cutting-edge technologies like artificial intelligence and cybersecurity products. The sad fact is that India is very weak in chip manufacturing and electronics hardware. The setting up of a defense export organization has been suggested. This is a positive step. But before that, the country must have a robust defense exports policy. There is a mention of rationalization of tax structure. However, details are yet to be worked out. The policy rightly suggests changes in the defense offsets policy, which has not worked so well in the past. What is needed is better monitoring and removing unnecessary restrictions. The draft policy suggests linking defense offsets with offset in civil sector. That should be encouraged. From time to time, a suggestion has been made to professionalize the Department of Defense production itself. The current strength is highly inadequate. It needs more professional staff. This needs to be addressed as well. To begin with, to boost indigenization, the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, needs to be given more autonomy like space and atomic energy departments. Right now, the armed forces, rightly or wrongly, have little confidence in the DRDO's capability to deliver indigenously developed technologies in time. DRDO needs to have the powers to acquire technologies from abroad. The draft policy talks about setting up an aerospace university. One university alone cannot tackle the acute shortage of skills in the country. What is required is establishing courses on defense production across universities. But job opportunities will have to be created for those graduating from these institutions. The policy suggests setting up 2 defense industrial corridors. This is an innovative suggestion. However, the past experience shows such corridors are helpful only if the entire industrial ecosystem is developed simultaneously. The government also needs to address the issue of setting up a professional defense procurement agency. It is understood that some studies have been done in this direction. But the government has not yet taken a decision. This should be expedited. Meeting the objectives of defense exports, encouraging innovation, streamlining procurements will require robust defense diplomacy. A cadre of defense diplomats should be created to address these issues. One hopes that a roadmap to complement the defense production policy will be worked out soon. Else, the draft policy will remain a mere wish list.
Thanks for watching. I hope you like this news. Please share your views in comment box. Please like and share this video. Press subscribe button and bell for auto update to you regarding my channel World Action and Reaction News, WARN.